Good morning, candidates. Good morning. Today we'll be discussing about essay writing because in our IBPS PO examination and also SBI PO examination, say you also have a descriptive paper wherein you have to write an essay writing and also a letter writing. दोस्तों अभी ये एसे राइटिंग ठीक है पहले हम इंग्लिश में बोल देगा बाद में हिंदी में बोलेगा essay writing is generally speaking a written composition containing an expression of one's personal opinions or ideas on a subject. That is, whenever we write an essay, it will communicate what you think about the subject. That is why essay writing is there. A good essay must hold its reader's attention from the beginning to the end. For this, it must possess certain qualities which make a piece of writing readable and enjoyable. Here are some of the qualities for you to keep in mind. See, the point I want to stress is that whenever you read an essay, you must write it in such a way that the reader is compelled to go through the entire passage. He must have a liking to go through the full passage. He should not skip with the first few lines. So that is a very important thing. वो कैसे करेगा? Say how we can do that. So when you write with confidence, with clarity, precisely, it must communicate effectively. Here, some of the qualities are given. First, a good essay shows its writer's personality in the same way as good manners or pleasing behavior does. For example, say you receive somebody who comes and talks to you nicely. You won't like to talk to somebody who comes and fights with you. So you always like some essay which talks nicely, which conveys expressions in a nice way, understandable way. So you have to learn how to write it and spend a lot of time to perfect your style in essay writing. That is a practice. You have to do a lot of practice. Like we do practice for quantitative aptitude. We do practice for reasoning. Similarly, we should practice essay writing also. But I know many of you may not be doing it. If at all you have to practice, you practice it and you want somebody to read that, you send it to your own close friend. Collect a group of 4 or 5 friends. A, B, C, D, E. A will write and send it to B, C, D, E. B will write and send it to A, C, D, E. Likewise, you can exchange it and seek their views. If at all perchance after that also you want some comments, then you can send it to my email ID. You know that is samba.s7@gmail.com. I will give that email ID in the YouTube description page. So you have to learn how to write it and spend a lot of time to perfect your style in essay writing. See, you should spend a considerable amount of time in practicing to perfect it. But exam, you will not have time, you have to write it quickly. But that you can do it well only if you practice at home. If one wants to learn good manners, one must live with and learn from those who possess them. That is, if you want to learn good manners, you must live with those people. Similarly, practicing essays also what you should do. This is equally true of writing, essay writing in particular. One must study the best models and learn from them. Very important point. And my blog site www.yesbank.in has nearly 300 essays. I won't say all 300 of them are good, but Out of them, at least 50 essays must be good. So what I propose to do, I will collect some 50 good essays from that and communicate like this as emailed as say YouTube to you, in YouTube to you. Yeah. And one must practice the art of writing with patience and great care. But this is what many of us don't do. We don't practice. And now, next comes secondly, every essay depends on two things. These are A, its subject matter, and B, its language. To write an essay, you require material. That is, you must have know the subject first of all. You must have clear ideas based on experience or reading and observation. See, you cannot get ideas without reading. You cannot get ideas without experiencing. You cannot get ideas without listening to television news and other say sources and YouTube channels like this. You must listen, read, understand. These ideas have to be put into words, and these words must convey what the writer wishes to say. You must be able to present it nicely, what you want to say. For this, you should know the right words and the most appropriate ways to put them together. In other words, an essay calls for ideas that are based on your everyday life or experience or ideas that you have imagined. Many times in SBI PO and all, they ask current affair oriented topics. It next calls for a rich stock of words and of structures, the sentence of the language. You don't have to write in a bombastic language. No, write in simple language. Above all, it calls for the ability to put these thoughts and sentences together. You must put them together like you make a, say, garland, with flowers. You must do it with attention, with concentration, with involvement, with commitment, with dedication. To say that an essay writer must put his thoughts together is point to another main quality of good essay, its structure. Every essay has a structure. It has to convey. You must tell initially about the topic, then write the different subtopics of that, then conclude. So these are some of the points regarding this. Yeah. Now I thought I can stop with this. There are some more points to be told. Actually, this is a 1 hour class which I normally we take in engineering colleges, other colleges. I have just told you one page of this material only. There are totally 10 pages of this. I will try to cover other aspects in my further videos. I would like to see whether how many of you are making use of it. Okay, so this is what it is. I'll close this now. I will give you my email ID. I will give you my blog uh, details so that you make use of it. Further details about essay writing I will cover in the next videos. Thank you. Best wishes.